Hi everybody, and today I'll be reviewing Encanto. And sadly, due to copyright reasons and preventing Disney from even banning my channel, I've tried to do this review without any scenes whatsoever being shown. Maybe a picture or two. We'll see. Probably using the poster or something. We'll see. But anyways, Encanto was actually a great film, and along with the fact that actually someone telling me recently that Encanto is actually a music term. And if anybody wants to put what the music term means, put it down below. But yeah, apparently it's a Spanish music term. Sure, it literally means enchanted, but at the same time, it's a music term, so probably something to do with beats, measurements, some kind of deal like that. But anyways, it's definitely interesting film, but especially since I realized once this is based the town village thing, whatever, is actually based on a real town in Colombia. I forgot what it's called, but apparently it's a town where people's toes are yellow from like paint and stuff from festivals, I think, or something. Definitely interesting. But anyways, of course the main character is Maribel, and she's someone that didn't get a miracle. And what a miracle is kind of basically a superpower. But in this case, it seems to be a lot more faith-based. So it's not like there's like aliens or something like that with powers. It's from this candle. It's definitely an interesting candle. That came once when the abuela was running away from, I think, some revolution. I'm sure it vaguely represents an actual revolution, but at the same time, they weren't very specific of what it alluded to in the movie. But it definitely was some sort of revolution that was happening. The abuela and her husband were like running away, and then abuela was candle, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I'll keep this candle." And like this candle blessed everyone in her family with some sort of miracle, and like each one got their own miracle except for Maribel. She's kind of, I guess, I don't know, just good investigating. I feel like, I don't know, that's probably her power. To be honest, secretly or not secretly, or not secretly, but you know, low-key, I feel like definitely the inquisitive, investigative type. And Luisa having her super strength, and Miguel having, having his power of like transforming on people and stuff. Even though I find it interesting that does Maribel's mom's husband have? Does Maribel's dad have? Yeah, Maribel's dad just got married in the family. But apparently, did he? No, I didn't know. But anyways, he just has spare allergy to bees, fortunately. So like, Maribel's mom has to like make a meal. It's like, here you go, some food, because she has the power to make any food some sort of healing potion somehow. So it's been this, which I find interesting. That's definitely obscure power, but definitely interesting. Like, I've heard of healing power through specifically food. Definitely interesting twist there, indeed. But anyways, after we get introduced to Maribel and her family, we go to the fact that it's her cousin's birthday, and then he gets the power to like speak to animals. And even and the surprising part is when her cousin gets the power, like he lets her be with him, because it's like they're just chill together. So that's like, hey, okay. Surprise to everyone. And then what happens a little bit later is kind of chaos, and she like sees the cracks, and then nobody else really sees the cracks. But then the only one who really knows what the cracks are going to be is Brayla herself, because she realizes, oh shit, this family is being torn apart because we kept this guy Bruno, which you think is the villain, but really isn't. It's more the family relationships in general, which definitely relies a lot on toxic perfectionism, which definitely just extreme perfectionism, and everybody just having their own having their way of just being hard workers and being absolutely the best they can be. And definitely it's a lot of pressure, especially for Louisa, who suddenly like loses her strength somehow. I forgot how, but she like gets it back eventually. But for like a second, she's just so pressured and stuff. So really, you just see this family kind of collapsing on itself with the arguments, and then Maribel trying to like cheer everyone up, like, hey, no, it's fine. especially the fact she's definitely thankful that Isabel definitely has her own imperfect side of like wanting to explore more, especially excellently making cactus. That was interesting because Isabel used to make roses and those kind of thing, flowers, and then all of a sudden she makes a cactus, which also fun fact, common food in certain Latin American countries. Fun fact. Anyways, enough of that. So yeah, and Maribel just cheer everyone up, say, hey, no, it's fine. And thankfully, Isabel and Maribel definitely have a closer relationship and realize, and Maribel realizes that Isabel doesn't even want to be within this marriage. So it seemed like that was just dropped in her, on her, but it doesn't seem arranged as well. I guess it's semi-arranged, but arranged usually means the person is picked at a really, really insanely young age, like way before whatever Isabel's age is supposed to be. Guessing some are late teens or 20s. I have to look that up. But anyways, yes, it seems like sort of arranged-ish kind of marriage, because again, she doesn't want to be in it, and he's like, no. But then, thankfully, another person in her family, another one in her family, actually is in love with that guy, and it's like, oh, wait, no, this is better. This is better. And then those two thankfully get married, or at least have some relationship later in the end. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And thankfully somehow it just all winds up pretty good. Somehow in a way, and they each come understanding. Bruno at least admits to like his mistakes of like vagueness of it when it came to his prophecies, because that's where his power is, like telling the future and stuff. And definitely he clears up a lot of things about the prophecies, about like the rain, and like the fact that Mirabel isn't the one that destroys everything. No, the walls, metaphorically and physically, were already cracking. So really, it was Mirabel's fate to like, actually, try to resolve the whole issue and everything. So yeah, what's up? Also, another part I like is the soundtrack itself, which is just the baseballs on the fact that one of the artists in the movie, Carlos Vivas, did both Spanish and English version of the same song, which I find cool. I'm like, respect to that. Yay, multilingualism. Okay. Yeah, great soundtrack, along with just lots of influence within that. Still talking about Bruno, like mostly it's like a cha-cha based kind of thing. Also, it seems like a little bit of hip hop influence there. According to videos I've seen of like producers and stuff talking about the song, and yeah, definitely lots of interesting influence there. To be honest, fun times, great soundtrack, especially the beautiful song they're playing about during the Rayla's story and stuff. That was cool. Even though my really great was they made that one part where Mirabel was climbing the tower a bit too long. Like they could have shortened it. Like there's certain parts were shortened. That was like the main one. I can't think of any other scenes at the moment. The other scenes were pretty well based, but I don't know. To me, yeah, I don't know, they could have shortened it just a bit. But otherwise, pretty good film. Even though they could have joined the dark part home about perfection and stuff, but it's a Disney movie, so has to some sort of thing. I know that there's companies that Disney owns that make dark stuff. At the same time, when Disney itself is involved, yeah, it's a whole other story. So yeah, again, it's just the way it was done. I'm sure the companies may have done something else with that kind of plot line and thing, but with what Disney did with it, they did a good job. I have to give props for that. Yeah, they did a good job. So otherwise, all in all, great movie, lovely, vibrant, good times. So fun film. Congratulations, Disney. So yeah, and that's all. That's all for it. So nice subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.